Look at the shattered remains of what you thought was financial security. It starts with a broken promise, the realization that the traditional path has left your wallet empty and your spirit drained. You mark off the days on the calendar, crossing out time as if it were a burden, stuck in a wheel that never stops spinning. You run day after day, sweating in a race designed for you to lose, while the lights of the corporate towers loom above you, indifferent to your struggle. Time is melting away. Every second you spend trading your hours for dollars is a second you never get back. Meanwhile, the bills pile up, a mountain of demands that keeps growing, forcing you to cut your lifestyle in half just to survive. You feel the weight of the chain around your leg. Debt isn't just a number, it is a prison cell without bars. You ask yourself the million-dollar question, why is money so hard to keep? Your mind becomes a maze, trapping you in confusion, while you look sideways at your neighbors, wondering how they afford it all. But you don't see the truth. You just see the screen, the yellow button screaming, "Buy now," triggering an impulse you can't control. You fill bags with things you don't need, chasing a status symbol, a luxury car that is actually a liability draining your future. You mortgage your life for a house with a price tag you can barely comprehend, dancing like a puppet on strings pulled by advertisers and banks. It's chemical. It's the dopamine molecule hijacking your brain, making you press the red button of instant gratification over and over again. Your ego demands to be fed, so you wear a mask. You smile to the world while hiding the anxiety inside, climbing a ladder that leads absolutely nowhere but into the clouds of delusion. You weigh your life on a scale, trading gold for feathers, following the herd like a sheep to the slaughter. You turn on the TV and consume fear, keeping you paralyzed, keeping you compliant. This didn't happen by accident. It was manufactured in a factory system designed centuries ago. You wore the graduation cap, you followed the rules, you stood in the assembly line of society, waiting for the robot arm to stamp you as approved. You signed the contract without reading the fine print, without using the magnifying glass to see that the system was rigged from the start. The bank vault is closed to you. While you save, they print. The percentage symbol grows. Inflation expands like a balloon, eating the value of your hard work until it deflates your purchasing power to nothing. Your grocery cart gets lighter, but the bill gets higher. The gas pump drains your funds. The graph of your purchasing power is crashing, and you can't stop it. You file your tax forms, handing over the fruits of your labor to a government building that casts a long shadow over your freedom. You take a tiny slice of the pie, while the deductions eat the rest of your paycheck. Your wallet is leaking, holes burnt by a system designed to extract wealth, not build it. You juggle tasks, bills, and responsibilities, running on a battery that is perpetually at 1%. You drink the coffee, repeat the routine, day in and day out. But today, you see the sign. Stop. You are at a fork in the road. One path leads to mediocrity, the other to freedom. The light bulb must switch on. You need to open the book of financial intelligence and transform from a pawn into a queen. It is time to take the magnifying glass and look at money for what it really is. You must understand the difference between the asset column and the liability column. Stop paying the rent, start owning the building. Look at the scroll of ownership. Dividends are the seeds of freedom, placing coins in your hand without you lifting a finger. This is the snowball effect. Once it starts rolling, it becomes an avalanche. You need to shift your thinking from linear to exponential. Turn the hourglass over. Let your time turn into gold. Plant the seed, water the soil, and watch the money tree grow. Your laptop is not a toy. It is a terminal for wealth creation. Build a portfolio that is robust, diverse, and unbreakable. Real estate, tangible and solid. Gold bars that have held value for thousands of years. The digital network of crypto, rewriting the rules of trust. It's about the handshake, the deal, the value exchange. It's about owning the vending machine, not buying the smack. It's about the franchise, the system that works for you. It's about creating content, turning the play button into a revenue stream. It's about digital products, delivering value through the cloud while you sleep. This is the dream of passive income, a gear system that turns automatically, oiled by automation. You build the funnel, you guide the traffic, you hit the bullseye. You pick up the megaphone and tell your story. You earn the 5 stars of reputation. You build a network because your network is your net worth. You find a mentor, a guiding light to shorten your learning curve. You climb the steps of knowledge, one book at a time. It requires the discipline of the gym, the consistency of the iron. You mark the habit tracker every single day. You look in the mirror and see a superhero, not a victim. You throw your bad habits into the trash where they belong. And then you see it, the sunrise of a new life. Your compass is finally pointing north. You are the captain of your ship, sailing in calm waters, protected by the shield of wealth you have built. The vault door opens and the light spills out. You stand on the mountain peak, looking down at the path you conquered. The bird flies out of the cage. You hold the passport to the world, the ticket to freedom. You have time for your family, holding hands without the stress of tomorrow. You rest in the hammock, not because you are lazy, but because you are free. You pass the scroll of legacy to the next generation. You give back, extending a hand to those still in the trap. You make a global impact. You reached the finish line of the roadmap. You turned the key. You unlocked your potential. The time is now. Start now. Ring the bell, click the button. Welcome to freedom.